All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Setup with Jamaica Thomas. I'm the founder of JT Educates, and every week we come to you on Sunday night to help you prep your week for love and light through leadership. Again, I am Jamaica Thomas. I am the founder of JT Educates, and I do have about 25 years in education. About 10, 15 of those years were in leadership on the school level and also the district level. And so it is my goal for us to live in love and light and to lead in love and light. And so every Sunday night, I provide you with a quick tip in a type of leadership style or attribute that is needed in leadership to make sure that you lead in love and light every day that you can. So this week, we are talking about purpose driven leadership. This week, we are talking about purpose driven leadership, and I'm so excited. So, the title is Purpose Driven Leadership Leading with Meaning and Impact. Purpose driven leadership leading with meaning and impact. Great leaders don't just manage tasks, they inspire purpose. Have you ever worked with a leader whose vision made you feel like your work truly mattered? That's true. That's the true power of purpose driven leadership. So, when we're talking about purpose driven leadership, I do have a definition for us. Purpose driven leadership is leading with a clear sense of mission beyond profits or personal success. Purpose driven leadership aligns leadership decisions with values, visions, and long term impact. So, when we're talking about purpose driven leadership, we're not necessarily talking about the strategic goals of the company. Even though you might work for a company or for a district, or you might have classroom rules, or you might have a school mission that kind of aligns with what you want to do in that place. But purpose driven leadership is really your purpose. You as a leader, why are you doing what you're doing? And so oftentimes it can be driven by money, it can be driven by personal success, but what we know, those things do fade. And when challenges come, they often do, you have to be prepared with something that is a little bit intangible. You have to have something that is motivating you and driving you that is outside of what you can put into your hand. And so, when we're thinking about purpose driven leadership, it matters. Why does it matter? It creates resiliency during challenging times and it strengthens decision making and ethical leadership. When times get hard, like I said, they often do. But when times get hard, you need something that is a touchstone. You need something that is a guiding light. You need something that says, this is my purpose for me doing this thing. This is my purpose in my leading. This is the reason why I get out the bed every morning. This is the reason why I commute the way I do. This is the reason why I work with those difficult coworkers because I have a purpose in my leadership. I have a purpose in my job. I have a purpose of me being in this organization. And if you do not have a purpose, when times get hard, you need to figure out why you're there. It makes me think about how I felt about my dissertation, right? I love my mentor. She told me, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? But one thing that I tell people about the dissertation process, you have to love your topic because there will be times you do not like the process. I'll say that again. Through the dissertation process, you really have to love the topic that you are researching because there will be times that you do not like the process. It goes the same way with purpose. You have to find something that is really centered in your mission and your values of who you are to continue going, because there's going to be a time that you don't like what's going on at your job, or you don't like what's going on in the family, or you don't like what's going on in the church or the organization. And you have to have something inside of you that is driving you beyond outside external factors. If not, you are going to be tossed to and fro, to and fro. I remember telling one of my friends while I was at work, I had a administrator that I really didn't. This is when I was still in the classroom. I really didn't care for. I really just didn't care for, and we would have not so good conversations at times. And I would say to my coworker, how did this person become my sunshine and rain? How did this person, how did I allow this person to control me in such a way that when this person had a good day, I was having a good day? When this person had a bad day, I was having a bad day. And I said, when did I allow this person to become my sunshine and rain? When did that happen? And so it's the same thing about purpose. We have to have something that is so innate into us that it just helps us weather the storm of people, money, um, uh, government, organization. Like, it just really anchors us. If you don't have purpose, you will be tossed to and fro throughout every area of your life. If you don't have purpose in your family, if you don't have purpose on your job, if you don't have purpose for your finances, if you don't have purpose for your community service, if you don't have purpose for the church that you're in, and you just going just to sign your name on the roll to say that you were there, then if something happens externally, there's nothing keeping you there. There is no sticking power, no resiliency. So we have to have purpose when we are in our leadership. Okay. So, how do we get purpose? I like to give you practical steps. Step one, you have to define your purpose. So, what is the purpose for you? I was listening to someone that I follow, and he said that the way you figure out your purpose is you have to find out what uniquely agitates you. And the way he describes it, he said, if we're all in a room and there's something going on and it uniquely agitates you, but everybody else is okay with it, that's aligned to your purpose. There's something in you that wants to solve that problem. Okay. That's what that is. Like for me, my purpose in leadership is showing people that you have to lead in love and light and walking those principles out. When I was under different leaders who did not lead in love and light, I knew that that was uniquely agitating to me. That was uniquely agitated to me, for people to think that you can't lead in love. Like, what am I supposed to do? Lead in hate? How do I not lead? I don't understand. I don't understand. How do I not lead in love and light? Um, and so it uniquely agitated me. And so I knew I had to create something that pushed that narrative, this narrative of leading with love and light into the world. And so that is part of my purpose. And that is the purpose of JT Educates, my company. We are pushing leading love and light into the world. So you have to figure out what your purpose is, what uniquely agitates you. And then that thing that uniquely agitates you is what you are, is the problem you are created to solve. That's what purpose is. Once you have defined your purpose, step two, communicate and inspire. You have to share your purpose with your team. And you could use storytelling to connect it. You have to tell people what your purpose is. It can't just be just for you. You have to communicate that and let people know what your purpose is, because what will happen? Aligned purposes will find each other. If we are all working in the same purpose, when times get hard, we can all come together and be resilient to bounce back from that challenge if we're aligned. Even if we're not the same purpose, because puzzle people pieces have to fit, even if we're not in the same purpose, at least we're aligned in purpose. If my purpose as a leader is to love and is to lead in love and light, the antithesis of that purpose, me and that person won't work well. We won't, right? And so it does cause, now, of course, I can work with anybody because that's what you have to do. But when times get hard, it is challenging to work with people who do not align with your purpose. Okay. Number three, make purpose part of your daily leadership. Make purpose part of your daily leadership. You want to set goals that align to the purpose and constantly reinforce the purpose. So if first you have to define your purpose, then you have to communicate your purpose. Now you have to make purpose part of your daily leadership. I cannot walk in purpose this day and then walk out and not be aligned with my purpose tomorrow, or do something that's the total opposite. That means I really wasn't aligned to my purpose, or I really wasn't true to myself with my real purpose in life or purpose in leadership, right? So I have to set goals that align with my purpose. For me, since my goal is to, or my purpose is to lead in love and light, I am constantly thinking about how I am leading people, what my conversation is with people. Like, that's a goal of mine. A goal of mine is that people feel safe with me when we're having conversations, that they feel safe to talk to me. That is leading in love and light. So I have a goal. If somebody is venting to me, I might not even agree with what they're saying, but I'm going to say, I understand. It seems like what you're saying is, and I've learned some of these techniques in order to do that, where people feel seen and heard. But that's what I do, right? And so that's a goal of mine. And I constantly reinforce that. I think about, okay, Jamaica, how can I do this better? What can I do now to add to this? What's the next step? What's the next layer in showcasing this leading in love and light? Okay. The last is keep growing and evolving. Seek feedback, stay adaptable while staying true to your mission. So as you are, once you define your purpose, communicate your purpose, make it part of your daily leadership, you have to keep growing and evolving. So like I just said, what's the next step? What can I add? What do I need to bring back? Who do I need to talk to in order to analyze what I'm doing? Who's a safe space for me in order to honestly debrief about what I have going on and if it really is working, right? And so I'm seeking these things as they are aligned to my purpose. Okay. So now we have a call to action. We have a call to action. So I want you to take a few minutes this week to write down your leadership purpose. How do you want to impact others? I want you to share your reflections with us. All right. So, again, here's the call to action for the week. Take a few moments this week, a few minutes this week, to write down your leadership purpose. How do you want to impact others? And I want you to share that with us as a reflection. So, this is it. Again, this is Sunday night setup. It's setting your week up, prepping your week up for love and light and leadership. I only try to take 15, no more than 20 minutes of your time. So we can kind of go over some things. We look at definitions, we look at what it looks like in practical areas. How do we practically do this? And we do a call to action. All right. So we're leaving you tonight. Remember, I want you to be light, be love, and lead boldly. I want you to be light, be love, and lead boldly. All right. See you all later. Have a good week.